So we pretty much just have a standard update this evening on just kind of current circumstances and of course faces of our beautiful children and why we all do this work and show up every single day. And so just a few updates in the kind of standard areas. We definitely are off to a snowy cold start. And so I'm going to make a few comments on that because I've gotten a lot of questions the past couple days. But we are continuing despite the conditions, despite a snowy start to Monday morning today and some delays. And of course, we thank everyone for their patience and understanding with it, but priority is always getting our kids safely to school and making sure that they can be with us here in person, if at all possible. So on the COVID front, the metrics are posted and are accessible. We're seeing some kind of positive trends. I'm hopeful that we're turning the corner. If you look at the local zip code metrics, that's the lowest it's been for a while after the recent surge that we had. The Valley View numbers of current cases has come down, so that's a good sign as well. So we're hopeful that things are leveling out, although there still has been a significant impact on our students and our staff and the levels of attendance of what we're seeing as a result. I did want to make one mention about the Valley View COVID dashboard that is available on our homepage under the Health and Safety tab. We have made an adjustment based on the recent Illinois Department of Public Health guidance with the quarantine and isolation timeframes. So the active or current cases is being identified by that 6-day timeframe. So if you looked at it prior to this change on January 8th, the numbers did look higher because they were staying present in that active count for a longer period of time, for that full 10 days for isolation and 14 for quarantine. With the reduced time frame, those numbers are looking a lot more solid in terms of the impact on the overall student body and staff body. So we are implementing the new guidance and of course working with our Will County Health Department, our school nurses and administrators to make sure that we're kind of adjusting through this last change that we had with the reduced isolation period. And of course, that guidance is only relevant when it matters to you in that moment. So our school nurses and our administrators are very well versed and can help our families and our staff should they have questions. Same applies for quarantine for any close contacts that are identified through contact tracing. Again, just general reminders for health and safety. Everything is available on our website, but we just continue to ask for everyone to be diligent with symptom screening, reporting to the school. Masking, of course, is still in place and is still an important mitigation, especially with the numbers at the level that they are currently, and hopefully we will see a light at the end of the tunnel here sometime soon into the spring and hopefully definitely into the fall. But of course, like everything, it's been very unpredictable and will probably continue to be for some time. We will continue to let the community know of vaccination opportunities. We will be hosting a clinic in partnership with the Will County Health Department here at John J. Lukanczyk Middle School on Normantown Road in Romeoville. That is this Sunday, January 30th. This slide shows what vaccine series are available. This is a pediatric vaccine clinic, so those are available, first and second doses, as well as adults in the Pfizer, as well as Moderna and Johnson & Johnson. There's a link to register, but walk-ins are allowed. And this is open to staff, students, and members of the community. At the last board meeting, I made a few comments on COVID or weather-related closures. It seems this time of the year with snow in the forecast or very cold temperatures, everyone starts to wonder, will tomorrow be a snow day or, are we gonna close? So I just wanted to make mention of this again. There's two things that could impact our ability to come together in person. If we had a critical staffing concern related to COVID or another area, a transportation concern, or a weather-related condition. One of two things would happen. We would have an emergency day, which would be added to the calendar at some other point we would make up, or we would have an emergency e-learning day in which we would use our emergency e-learning plan and have remote learning. We would notify staff and families as soon as we possibly could. Sometimes in given the circumstances, we may know the night before. We would want to notify families by 9:30. And if not, our target is 5:30 in the morning to notify families. I've gotten questions about that as well. The concept of remote learning for an adaptive pause, that is only due to COVID conditions and done in consultation with the Will County Health Department in the instance of an outbreak or something of that matter. Okay, just a mention of emergency e-learning plan. At this time of the year, I encourage all staff and students to continue to bring their devices home regularly. You definitely don't know what the next day will bring, but we would hope to be as prepared as possible in the event that we did need to have an emergency e-learning day. A question I've been asked a lot today, and will probably be asked tomorrow because Wednesday is going to be a very cold day, brutally cold weather predicted. In the event of any winter weather closing, there's a lot of conditions that are considered. I assure you that I consult with a variety of resources, including the weather forecasts. We monitor it regularly. We consult with transportation, building and grounds leaders. Sometimes we confer with the village representatives. We look at the state level advisories, travel advisories, a whole host of things. And so if our buildings are safe and clear and warm and there's power and the roads can travel even if things are slowed down and our buses can run and our travel team says it's a go, we're a go because we want our kids here with us and as much as possible for in-person learning, all the other supports that we are able to provide them when they're with us. In terms of the cold, we do look at the actual temperature and the wind chill temperature, and we look at how long those temperatures will be sustained and at what times of day are they going to hit, and will that pose unsafe conditions for students walking or waiting for any considerable amount of time at the bus stop. So always a very fluid situation. We will do our best to make a decision if that is the case and inform our families as soon as possible because we know that is a significant impact to a family with childcare and a variety of other matters. At this point, given the forecast and given the projected temperatures, I do not anticipate that we will have to call an emergency day or emergency e-learning day this week. For anyone who is holding on hope for that, that's probably not going to happen, but of course anything could change, and we will, of course, stay on top of that around the clock as the Valley View team always does. And so despite managing weather and COVID and all of that, our team continues to do just a phenomenal job. And I know everyone is stretched because we're covering things that we don't normally cover and picking up pieces when we have a colleague who's out or helping pick up the pieces when we have students who've missed days. And it's a lot. It is certainly a lot. And so I just want to thank the Valley View team for continuing to pull it all together every single day, and to our kids and to our families who are continuing to hang in there and adapt as well. So hoping for brighter days in the spring, and that's all we can do is kind of hold on to hope for that. We also are in the big picture thinking about the future. Our Portrait of a Learner process will be wrapping up in the end of February, and then we will be sharing that with the board and the community, and we will then be continuing the process of moving into strategic planning. And so those are also some exciting glimmers, bright spots that we can hold on hope to right now, and looking forward to the future and just continuing to build upon all of the great things that are already happening. Hopefully we can all kind of catch our breath and things settle a little, and then we can really focus all of our energy on the good stuff that directly impacts our kids, our learners here in Valley View. Please take some time to fill out the 5 Essentials survey. The links are available at the district website, on the school websites, and you'll be seeing this all over, but we really want to hear from you parents and staff and students. And so we encourage you to take the 5 Essentials survey. Our next formal update will be at the board meeting on the 14th, and we will continue any other updates in the interim. And that is it.